Hello. Bear Knight said I caught you this time. You know why? Because Hot Facts is late. Hot Facts is late. But it's all right. Bear Knight, what's up in the building? I'm going to give a what's up before he even does it. When he does, go ahead and join in. Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida. Everyone give a big shout out to Kevin Hawthorne, the #1 tourist person out there doing his thing. Kevin Hawthorne. I want you guys to know when I'm in Brew and Blue, through and through, let me let you know, my mom is Notre Dame, my dad is USC. Imagine that. We're all Long Beach State. I'm UCLA. I don't care if it's football or whatever else it is. So I'm just letting you guys know that there's some people that may watch me from all over the nation, and I got to give a shout out to everyone all over the world who watch me because my analytics show me where they are watching Hot Facts at. Man, respect to everyone, the UK, Canada, US, Australia, South Africa. I'm going to get all the red, white, and blues out. I got to give a shout out to all the islands out there and all the something stands. I don't know all the stands, but in all the stands like Kazakhstan and things like that, all the stands, there's like three different stands that watch Hot Facts. Respect to all of y'all. Man, I got people all over the place. Everyone in South America, I got to do it by continent now. Everyone in South America, what's up? By way of Brazil. Brazil is a big thing there. Big thing. Yes, got to. And on my hat, I said the UCLA. For the people that don't know, and they say, well, we think he's from here or there. We don't know. UCLA. So U, which is you, C, which is me. You see me, and you know I am in LA. UCLA. So you know what it is, and we are brewing through and through. We use that wooden pyramid in everything we do. Hey, much love and respect to all the good folks everywhere. From my deputy, I got a message. I'm always here to serve that food justice now. For those of you who don't know, go watch my ride-alongs, and you will catch when he comes out. And when you tell me who it is, you will be all the way in the back seat riding. But you can't take TFT seat. You cannot do that. Okay, you cannot do that. Big ups to Ricky Knight. Big ups to Expose. Expose, I'm giving you a big ups just because of this. I'm going to start my link up now because I'm going to start the link up now and I'm going to get my show going on because you see about the man code. I'm going to go ahead and put that up. But Expose, I'm going to put the link up now because this show was a little bit different today. and I'm gonna need men's experience and everything else. So expose, the link is there. Now click it whenever you want. But I want to thank you, Expose, because here's what people have to look at. When someone trolls you and they come into your live show and now they're going to come every day, that's more views and more watch time, more of a concurrent viewer, which I had 25 of those yesterday. And that's a big thing for me because my channel started from zero. So 25 from zero is a big jump. I got to give a big shout out to Counting Currency Cordell. He was off for a little bit. People were like, what's his content doing? And he left people knowing that he's doing a solar thing. He's learned 27 racks in over the summertime doing solar. Big shout out to Counting Currency Cordell. He was interviewed on Hot Facts. Big shout out to him. He has now experienced what the solar and home improvement energy can do. And now he's going to be using that with his content to mix in. And that's going to make him into a better content creator. Big ups to him right there. Okay. I give respect where respect is due all the time. Corner Clubhouse. What's up? People, we got a good one. We are going over the man code today. Let me get every man to go ahead and sit back and buckle up. People, let me let you know that this is Hot Facts. Hot Facts is much more than a brand. It is the truth behind what we stand for. Make sure you guys do salute the host. Tip that cup right there. Tip the hat. You know, when the street dancers are doing their thing and you go up and see them doing that, and that one light-skinned dude that does all the break dancing with the be sturdy, I can get sturdy too. But you know, tip the hat when something good is coming through. For everyone who does not know, make sure you like, subscribe, share this live stream with your boy Hot Facts Robert Reese all day, every day. We do this. We go 1 hour, but it can go a little further if it gets a little hotter. You guys thought I forgot about that. That's part of my jingle. Hey, and Live in Color Style. Got something right now. Got something. I got a few clips, a few things I want to get through, but I want to give a big shout out to Pedro DoorDash Santiago because people, look, the video that I put up today that had nothing to do with anything content creating about the gig world, which is why this man law and this man talk is going to get involved. I'm going to bring up the video of what happened to me at the gas station. And I'm going to let you guys know. I'm about to bring up what happened at the gas station. And Pedro hit me up on my comments and I took it off because out of everything that happened, he said, you said you're viral. Out of everything that happened, he said, man, shame on you, or I'm disappointed in you for saying you're viral. And that's what he said over the whole thing. And I'm like, why is he talking on my stuff when it has nothing to do with the gig world? But you guys all have saw that he says all this stuff, but he comes in my lives. They all do all this stuff. If they are not watching me, why are they watching me? I told you guys Hot Facts is hot. And I do things that they are not. They can't rhyme like me on the spot. Hip hop nonstop. Toe, hold, leg drop. For all my wrestling friends. And Dean Malenko with 1,000 grips. If you know my hands. I do spoken word all day. For all my friends. Nothing is written down. From the top, I comprehend. The canopy, I see all. And then my raindrops come down like waterfalls. I spoken word, do everything. That's why they can't mess with me. Who am I? They call me Robert Reese. Ain't no alias. But if I am, I'm the beast. All that was from the top of the dome. For all of you who don't believe me, the first person that makes a comment right now, I'll go off of that right now. First person make a comment right now. First word drop and I'll go. First word drop. Give me the first word and I'll drop and I'll go. Let you know that I'm for real. First word drop and I'll go. First word. Someone say any word in the comment and I'll go. I'm waiting. Someone say one word. You said, all right, I'll take that. Cherry pick join the live. Like that's a whole setup there though. All right. Fake. Fake. Ooh, let's go talk about the fake. Leaves on the grass. Old dude in his old shorts. He got to get that rake. Dude's talking about, man, I can't do it unless I wake and bake. Where the hell you live? Cali. Maui. Owie. Skunk? Yes. Drunk? No. Thrass? 3 times. He's a joke. He's fake. Bologna. The real word is baloney. A phony. Can't get with me, homie. Pedro, Santee, I go. I will brush you to Key Largo. Push you to your friends in Florida. The last N-A in that is not California. That's where I am from. You cannot come where I am. I made all of your friends and your fans sit back in the stands. Up high, I do my thing. The sky might be blue, but right now it's about to get gray. Because all I'm saying is, hey. Von 107 says, stop. People, you don't know about my battle rap tactics. When I'm on my spot, I sit down like this because it's hip hop all day. Now, Pedro, let's get back to you. And there's no rhyming and scheming, but I'm just letting you know that whenever it does come out, it'll just come out of me naturally. And that's what I have to prove to you guys right now. All right. I deleted it and I took it off because it had nothing to do. I wasn't talking about the gig world. And he said, you're viral. And he was mad at that. Well, on my local news here in California, where we watch Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 9, Channel 11, we watch Telemundo and everything else. Whenever they're doing something in the news and they say that, hey, this video is viral, it has a couple 100,000 views, it has this many views in this amount of time, I have done that. So when I tell someone that I am viral and where I live, it is all the way actual factual. So out of the video that I'm going to show, because we are talking about man law right now, this is the only thing you had to talk about, and you said you're viral. So everything that had to do with the man, you were like, well, let me just find something because I need him to talk about me somehow. And I did. You got that. But I had to because that was just, see, I'm not doing no more rhyming. 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 No more rhyming. This is why you guys say, hey, Hot Facts is entertaining. You guys don't understand. Everything is controlled. There is no written script. There is no anything. I go off play-by-play like John Madden and Pat Summerall. I come in like, what's his name? Troy Aikman. Well, I said, what's his name? Joe Buck. Joe and Troy Aikman. I take it like that. And I do this thing seriously here whenever I'm speaking. And that's why I did 6 to 7 videos to show people that literally, if they're going to come at me with some racist thing, it don't make no sense. I have to squash that. Cherry Pick had to go ahead and delete his whole channel because he said that was his niche on YouTube. His niche was killing channels. That was his niche. I deleted all of his so he can come back and recreate himself. He's gone. All that rubbish is gone. I'm giving a big shout out to Roy. Big shout out to Roy. We're going to start off with Roy's video right now. Let's get into this right now. I'm about to show you guys Roy's video. My man Roy, people, and I told you that Revolution sits here and Roy sits here. However else you guys want to put them, they are right here. And they have their mind and they speak. I got OGs. And normal grown men ain't supposed to say you got an OG when you grown, but we're talking about like knowledge, and there's certain things that happen in a perspective to where they can speak to you a little bit differently. That's what I mean, OG. And if you ain't on that, you don't know what I mean. And I wasn't trying to rhyme, but Pedro, stay out and off of my stuff. Stay off of my stuff. I told you guys I'm done with you. Quit coming in. Quit coming in, man. I'm doing bigger and better things. You're washed. You're washed. You look like, what's his name? Jose Masvidal. You look like him. I say it every single time. You look like him, bow-legged. There ain't nothing wrong with being bow-legged. There ain't nothing wrong with it. But you can't walk up to me like that talking garbage too. That means you're all the way whack. Come on now. Pedro, stop. I got other stuff. Let me bring up Roy's video because you guys got to watch Roy's video. This video is like literally, man. And I want to give a big shout out to Roy because I want everyone to know that Roy is the only person that is allowed to go on all of the platforms, and they know that he comes on Hot Facts, and they know where Hot Facts put him. Hot Facts puts Roy right here. And they allow Roy to be up there. You know why? Because they can't turn their back on him, because Roy will be Roy. And check this out. My main man is doing his thing. Big shout out to Cody in Alaska, 500 subs. Big up to DoorDash Revolution, 500 subs. Hot Facts team, people, we are doing something. We're moving with this movement that we are doing. We are all in our lanes and we know what we are doing. And people are coming in and watching the other people's content because it's a variety of content that comes out. And when they come on Hot Facts, we all know you can shout it out. Yes, yes, yes. Hot Facts is here. This hemisphere is mine. This radio, podcast, all this stuff, you guys have run into a brick wall. They didn't let me express myself to the way I can. Woo-wee! And I do this in respect to Vin Scully and Chick Hearns. What y'all know about that? West Coast. Let's go. Let's go, Roy. This we going Vegas style. And I'm gonna do it like this. Bam. I'm gonna do it like this because Roy said something that was and Roy's best picture is the one with the DoorDash one. Hold on, let me go back here. All right, I'm gonna share it right now, and Roy's gonna get mad at me right now, but this is I laugh every single time because I'm like, man, Roy, you are hilarious with this right here. Roy is hilarious. Let's share this. All right, you guys see that picture right there, Roy? You guys see that picture in his face? That's Roy saying, "Hey, I'm about to, hey, I'm gonna smile in your face." And then the minute you step out of line, you getting kicked right in the chest like the Undertaker. That's Roy, and he don't care, and I don't care. That's why he my homie. Now let's watch the video that Roy did.
For all you dashers out there that like to come on YouTube, brag about how much money you make because you're on a special program, don't come out here talking about how skilled of a dasher you are. It takes no skills to call and beg and plead to be put on a special program so you can make more of the money than everybody else. That's not a special skill. Doesn't make you any more of a skilled dasher than anybody else just because you can call and beg. In my personal opinion, you're just a puppet, and your strings are being pulled. That's all you are. You're willing to sell your soul for these fucking companies. You aren't true independent contractors, because a true independent contractor wouldn't have to call and beg to get his work for him, and that's what you guys do. So, with that being said, don't come on here bragging about how skilled of a dasher you are. You aren't skilled when you have to call and beg to make more money than everybody else.
Oh, okay, people. The link, I'm going to drop a link. Whoever has something to say about Roy and disagree with Roy, the link is up here. Go ahead and click that link. The link is there. The link is there. Go ahead and click the link. The link is open. We are starting off with this. We are going off of the man law and man code because we know that you got to go out there and do it. So we're going off that. The link is there. Okay. I'm going to get into this next one. So we already just did that. Today we're talking about the man law, man code. So right there, you heard that Roy said there's no skill involved. And this is what I have been saying. If you have to go out there and beg and call for them to make you get something, this is part of, and we can go ahead and talk about that, people. And he talked about independent contracting. Okay, which makes you your own real boss. The link is up if you have something to say. Hot Facts is open for all. Yes. Yes, Coco Beware status, the Birdman. Coco Beware from all my WWF fans. Coco Beware, the Birdman. The link is open. The word is spoken. You can click in if you got something to say about that. If you got something to say, it's right there. I'm about to get into this next video that Pedro. What's up, DoorDash Rick? DoorDash Rick is people, if you guys don't know. And DoorDash Rick, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry because I'm going to admit this right now on the spot. In the beginning, I used to rep DoorDash Rick a whole lot. And I don't even know why. Like I didn't rep him as much. He comments a lot, so I read him, and I guess that may be what it is. But when I'm talking about repping DoorDash Rick, I'm gonna let you guys know this. Whenever there is real talk, like literally, and this is some real stuff right here. Whenever there is real talk and we are going over real issues that has to do with real life, DoorDash Rick, his comments and his questions, they have to do with that. He also challenges other people like Roy and Revolution and whoever else steps in that has a different point of view, and he brings in something so that we all can learn something. I have not shouted him out the way I should have, and it's been about, I give it about 2.5 months now that I can just go back myself. He'll correct me on that. If I'm lying, I'm flying, people, and I don't fly. And DoorDash Rick is right here. So I'm giving DoorDash Rick his just due. And because every single time there is no BS, there is no falseness, there is no false narrative, whatever the topics I have going on, he is one of the people that have literally, when I tell people that I put up the news from all over the world and I bring up articles and all this other stuff, they have been watching my lives for a long time, and they can tell you that there's a lot of news that goes on here. And I understand that some of these same people may be upset sometimes when I have to go into the gig world and it seems like I'm doing the media news for the gig world, like one of those hard copy things, a current affair things. But if that's what's happening in the world and what I'm saying is not false, then I have to report that too. But he still watches that also. And I got to give a big shout out to DoorDash Rick for that right there, because I've been missing him out in shout outs and putting him where he is supposed to be. I put DoorDash Revolution here. Okay. I put Roy here. I said William Anderson is sitting up at the top, looking down to come and give you guys some. And this is the best person. And forget any community in the gig world. William Anderson is someone that I will tell you the commonality of what he knows as an overall, let's say we have a circumference of whatever meters you want to put. He is able to break it down and then get up in there and then come with something that's going to be logical, but he's still going to be able to say what he has to say. And he does not step on anyone's toes. And that's what he is. That's why William Anderson is sitting here looking down. I said, I'm over here with Will because our OGs, we're the ones that's about like, we're right here. They do the talking, they do the thinking. We sitting up here looking. What we got to fix? What we got to fix? Is it right? But then DoorDash Rick, y'all, he's out of sight, but he is right here. He's right here. And he's got a beam that comes all the way down. And I have not gave him his just due. So right now, DoorDash Rick, I'm giving it to you right now, man. HotFacts knows, man. HotFacts knows. And that's for everyone that says he's all about himself. Because I promote my own show. My name is in my show. I got to promote myself. The hell? So now, we already got through with Roy. I'm going to show the video that Pedro got mad about. And every man out there, that's why the link is up. For every man out there, this link is open for us to talk about this. Okay? We're going to watch it. And then after, I'm going to tell you like some extra stuff about the scene. Okay? And how it could have went way left. Okay? So we're going to get into that right now. And I want to respect everyone that watches my show. My channel is growing. It's growing at a pretty good pace for me because I came from a community that is just stuck off in one area. And my channel was growing outside of that. And the more things I do outside, the more it's bringing in. And I'm helping the community with bringing more light in there. So I want to thank everyone that watches me that's not part of the gig world. I want to thank all the people that subscribe to me when I'm walking down the street. I want to thank everyone that subscribes to me and everyone that lets me go film inside their restaurant. I want to thank every single employee that treats me with respect when I go in there. I want to thank every single place that allows me to use the bathroom and they don't let no other driver use the bathroom. I want to thank every single place I go into that when I say, hey, I got a double order and one more left. Do you guys have any cinnamon twists or some fries? And they give me the fries and the drink. That happens all the time. I want to thank every single person that gives me a thumbs up and they tell me that I'm glad it was you that got my order. Okay. I want to be giving all this stuff to every single person out there when I'm walking down the street and they say that, hey, your respect is way real. I appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to everybody out there who's doing their thing. What I mean when you're doing your thing, everybody out there that understands that the grind is for real and that you can have ups, you can have downs, you can have slumps. You got to talk your way in, talk your way out. I want to give a shout out to everybody doing all that to make things happen. I want to give a shout out to everybody out there doing that. I'll give a shout out to every single race out there for all of you who say I race bait. I want to give a shout out to everybody out there who was participating and watching Hot Facts. I want to give a shout out to everyone out there that told me that don't do this, you're not going to be great at it. I want to give a shout out to everyone else that said you're good at it, but you won't get better at it. I want to give a shout out to everyone that calls me a clown and says that what you do is not right, but what everyone is doing right now is what I said is going to happen. I want to give a shout out to everyone else out there that is doing that and saying, hey, man, you are way real. Once again, 2 times square. That's 4 times in the cube. 8 times if you know it right. I want to give a shout out to when I just go out there and the atmosphere is right. I'm giving shout outs. I'm giving shout outs. Okay. I'm giving shout outs. I'm giving a shout out to Mr. Flex because I'm going to tell you this, out of everyone in the gig world, he knows how to push my buttons the most because he knows that I separate him from everyone so that I can be a friend to him. And I will never go against Flex because that's why I separate him. And he will try to push and say things, but I can't. And Flex knows it's manhood. And he eats right, and he does a whole lot of great stuff. And his music is my driving music every single time I go drive and work. I listen to Flex. I put his live on, people, to listen to him do his thing. And that's how I do my thing. He plays what I like to hear. And he drives in a super metro market to where I'm like, I feel his vibe. I respect Flex, people, for all of you guys who said, how come he's not going on Flex's live anymore? I was not going on while Cherry Pick and all them had this agenda to try to make me seem like I am not who I am. I said I am not doing that out of complete respect out of Mr. Flex. I don't want anything going left on his channel because of me. You guys don't understand. If things go left and it gets way out of hand, that channel right there can, depending on what happens and if it's in the guidelines, it can be a great show. But when it goes left, it can end that person's thing. So that's why if anything is going to go left, I would rather have it go left on my channel right here and not on Mr. Flex. And that's just my man respect. And I'm giving that out right now. I'm giving that out right now. So whoever tried to make up something inside their head, I'm going to make up this thing about hot facts and he don't like Flex. I'm killing that right now. This is out of respect. Yeah, Flex, Flex, those ribs, man. Flex, those ribs. Me and you got to have a battle with those ribs. Man, look, people, you don't understand. I wish he had the ribs right now. He gets, and then he uses chopsticks. And I'm like, this dude using chopsticks or something? What's he using? He gets the ribs, and they give him like, I don't know if it's like a whole plate of rice, but it's a whole thing to go with his meat. And he just sits there when he's watching his lives and he just says, go ahead and talk. And then he just sitting there eating his ribs the whole time. And I'm not listening to the talk because meat is my favorite food. I'm looking at Mr. Flex eat those ribs. My StreamYard is open. I'm watching Flex's ribs, but now this video I'm going to show, this is not about the gig world. This is all about us being a man. This is all about us being a man, and I'm going to put every single man in this situation right here. Imagine this right here. You go to a gas station, you walk in, you pay for your gas. You walk out, and someone is demanding you to go back inside to fix their pump, and you don't even work there, and you're a man. Pedro told me out of this whole video, he was mad that I said I'm viral, but I broke that down too. Let's go ahead and watch. I'm gonna go ahead and hit mute.
You're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
I'm gonna leave. If I were you, I would go back over there. Because I don't play that shit. I mean, I'll lose all my shit to prove a fucking point right now. So you need to go over there, bro. You need to go over there, bro. I'm not gonna play that shit, bro. Don't come anywhere near me, dog.
And check this out, Chief. It wasn't no disrespect to you. I run my own thing. No, because as a man, no. Look, how when I walked out, right? I walked out, you pointed and said, go back and tell him that my pump is messed up. You said, go back and tell him my pump is, look, I'm a viral YouTuber. No. I'm viral. I get paid. I'm viral. I own my own stuff. Look, you told me to go back and do it for you. You got to go in there and do it yourself. If you would have asked me nicely and said, hey, my pump's messed up. You didn't do that, though. He heard that as a man, and he was like, you don't do that. You mad at him, but 3 minute man code says you don't do it like that. So now you got to go back in there and do it. I'm not doing it. No, I know you go do it because I'm not.
It's all good.
I know it's good because you should have did it first. That's the whole thing. I got you. I'm viral. I'm recording this too.
Don't talk to another man the way you want to be talked to. Absolutely. You say absolutely, but you didn't do it. You didn't do it though. You didn't do it though.
No, you're not talking to him. You're not talking to him. But look, man code says that we gotta do it a certain way. No, you ain't trying to disrespect him.
As a man, homie, I'm not gonna let somebody else get talked to like that.
Look, and check this out. I caught it instantly, and I told you what, and then I said no. That is disrespect right there, man.
He needs to get in the car and leave.
Ma'am, no, you don't know this, ma'am. This is a man issue. This is a man. No disrespect, but this is a man issue. This has nothing. No, this has nothing. It has nothing. Yes, it does. You don't know what's going, ma'am, please. Do you see what it did? It got a woman involved with what she don't even know. No, ma'am. Please go back into the store. We're not going to tell you anything. You won't understand anyway. Ma'am, it has nothing to do with you. Please. We're not going to say nothing to you. Please go back into the store. Nothing happened. You walked here to butt in. We're not talking to you. And it is your right to be no. It's your God-given right to be no. No, I'm not going to go viral on you. I'm going viral. So it's your God-given right to just be nosy?
No, it's my God-given right.
It's your God-given right to be nosy? To stop what? All right, so what are we doing?
We're supposed to be fighting here.
How are we fighting?
What are you doing?
You don't know exactly, so go back, please. You just, ma'am, please.
None of this is.
All right. All right, you want to know what happened? You want to know what happened? All right, check this out. I just bought gas, right? I walk out. He says, go back inside and tell them my pump is messed up. That's his pump. My pump is here. He did not ask me. And another man said, you don't talk to another man like that when I already did that. So this,
Why are you filming?
because I have to film this for my protection. And you are minding someone else's business. Please. No, ma'am, please.
Your protection from whom?
From now, if I say anything wrong to you, you will call the police. My protection from you. I'm filming you. You don't trust the police?
No,
we don't.
I don't.
But this is not your business. Are you buying gas?
This is my business.
Are you buying gas?
Humans are my business.
Humans are your business.
Yes, they are.
Oh, you're one of those.
Everyone.
Everyone does. Do you know about respect and manhood? Do you know about respect and manhood?
One of those? Do you understand what you just said?
Yes, one of those people who don't think right. Now, do you know about manhood and respect?
One of those that
Do you know about, all right. So you don't know about manhood. So please, ma'am, go back in there and buy your gas. It has nothing to do with you. This just has, thank you. Chief, what happened was when I walked out, he said, go back inside and tell them my pump is not working. No, you did not, man. That's why I told you, bro, I'm not doing that. He heard you say it, and I said go back, and then you tried to say it again, and then he heard you say it, so he stepped in. It's man code. You got to go in there and tell him to fix your pump.
This is my opinion. Like, even if you did hypothetical situation, like, you don't know him. So if you didn't say, excuse me, would you mind doing me a favor?
Thank you.
And that's bro, why you gotta make a point about it, bro? We understand that, bro.
Well, no, because he's making the point that we all making. You don't get it, right? You don't get it, man. You don't get it. You don't get it, G. No, but if that's your fault, just say my bad, G.
Absolutely.
Say my bad. All right. All right, now, so check this out. Out of all of that, literally, when I walked out the store, the dude was like, go back inside and tell them that my pump is messed up. I said, huh? I was like, huh? And he told me again, I'm gonna bring you right back up. He said, he told me again, go back inside and tell him my pump is messed up. And that's when I told him, I'm a grown-ass man. I said, is your pump messed up? I said, walk your ass back up in here. That's what I told him. And then he said something else. When I was walking back to my car, the Mexican dude that was there in his car got out of his car and he said, hey, homie. He said, hey, my boy, now let me tell you where this. If we were in jail, this would never happen. The Mexican dude, we outside, right? To where man law is fully in effect. It don't matter what race you are, man law is in full effect. Man law is in full effect. The Mexican dude got out of his car and said, hey, homie, you don't talk to another man like that. And then the other dude had words with him. But check this out. The dude who I said, say my bad to, when I was pulling up, he was arguing with someone on the phone because he didn't have no money to put gas in his car. And then I don't know what it was. And then that was his aura that came from that. And he put it out to the atmosphere and the universe just like that. And it went all the way left for him. But it was a learning experience because there were 3 men who were telling him the same thing. One man was all the way, the dude at the end, the Jamaican dude, you saw him walk in and walk out. He was all the way. He heard everything. He was all the way good. I'm the one that was indirect, the first one. And I said, huh? And all of that. Now, the dude who reacted, the Mexican dude, let me tell you this. He called him my boy like 8,000 times. And literally, this was not no time to where it was not no black, no brown. It was white people there. The lady that walked up was like from Ukraine, or I would say Ukraine or somewhere else where they got blue eyes around there, but they are not American white. They got the accent and everything. She was from over there. So we have 4 different point of views. We had a woman's point of view to where it had nothing to do with the man code, because this is why this show is titled The Man Law, the man code. Let's discuss this. 3 men, there were 4 men involved, and the 3 men were on the same page, and we different races and everything, which means the man code. When that happened, the other dude was like, the Mexican dude said, you don't talk to another man like that. That's what he said. He said, you don't talk to another man like that. He said, what's wrong with you? That's what he said. I had to calm him down. And whatever he was going through, he was ready for the action because, I'm glad everything happened, because when it all went, okay, now check this out. After the dude said, well, you don't know him, you should have just asked him, right? My pump reset. I had to walk back in. And while I'm walking I'm like, my pump reset. He's coming out because he had to fix his pump. And he was like, they said, you got to reset your pump. I said, I'm walking in to go reset my pump. I said, don't tell me to reset my pump. I'm walking in because I was still mad at him. I was still mad at the young dude. I say young, he's like 28 or something. I'm 40. So he was young. So I go inside and then I had to reset my whole thing, do my 7-Eleven rewards all the way over again. This is the 7-Eleven on Van Buren next to the cemetery for the military men. So I go ahead and do that. I come on out, and that dude said, you probably got to reset it again. And I go back and check, and I got to reset it again. I got to walk myself all the way back to reset it again. And he thought I was going to ask him to do it for me, but see, that's what young dudes do. You guys ain't thinking right. Stop that. So I walk back out. He's doing his thing. The Mexican dude is talking to me, and he said, man, look, when he told the dude at first, don't come over here with that stuff, he was for real. He opened his door and said, look, people, the heater was right there on the ground below his feet. The heater was right. He had the heater right there, right on the ground. And people, this is a rich part of Riverside, right where Moreno Valley ends and the March Air Force Base is, and the cemetery for the military men is all right there. That 7-Eleven right there. He had the blicky right there. He was ready right there. He said, man, I had a long night. I said, man, chill. You all good? You all good? I said, good looking out. You all good? This was man law. He said, yeah, no man will ever let another man try to do that. He said, I got kids. I said, I got kids too. I said, exactly. I said, if my son, I said, they 15 and 14 right now, just about. I said, if some stuff happened and that I don't want them to do what he did. So that was man law on how he reacted. He said he got kids. So he was acting all the way off of man law. Okay? So out of that whole thing, Pedro got mad because I said I'm viral. Now, let me tell you this. We are living in an age now. I'm 40 years old now. Pedro knows, he's like 41 going on 42, that we came from Amazon and stuff wasn't even cracking like that. My boy Ryan Meyer's dad was involved with Amazon before it even got started way back in like 1994, 95. Okay, so back then we had 14.4 modems, 56K, 14.4, 28.8, 32.8, 56Ks, DSL came, T1s, T2s, T3 came. Okay, all that came. The internet and everything was not like what it is now. There was no YouTube or any of that other stuff. Now everyone has a phone. Just like I told that lady, I'm doing this for my protection. If I tell someone I'm going viral, and actually my videos show that in the time frame that I have a few videos that they will consider that. They are not going to rush to do anything because they know I have a camera and I'm going to film them. That's maybe why the Mexican dude did not pull out and pop him too. So I don't understand how you did not break all of that down and how I really just broke the situation down on how we can let everyone talk, let the lady go back inside, the other dude settled it, and it was all good. If you are mad about that, oh well, break down scenes and situations so fast. Since you worked in a casino, you worked in restaurants, you can break down scenes and situations so fast just like that. No, I am a consultative person. I work with the people directly. Stay out of my stuff, punk. Click the link if you want to. That's what happened. So now the link is open for every single man out there too, because there's people out there that say that, you know, and the woman jumped in and she didn't know. Once she saw it was man rules, she walked away. So now I'm going to open it up. I'm going to lower myself down. And this is man law. If you're trying to talk about all this other stuff right now on this topic right here, I'll let you bring it up, but after we discuss this. So let's go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I had a question because I've been seeing what's going on, like with in the comments with somebody trying to call you out for subscribers or something. I'm not trying to say your subscribers are like fake or anything, but I'm trying to I guess I'm trying to understand because I'm kind of like non-biased, so I'm just kind of like looking.
You want to understand my direction.
What I kind of want to understand is okay, I doubt that your subscribers are fake, but I'm trying to understand okay, how could you get your subscribers more involved in your channel and stuff like that? Because I was looking at some of the stats. I think it was George Robinson or something a couple of days ago.
I know what you're gonna go. You're trying to go off of. See, here's how the separation in the stats. I know exactly what you're trying to say. And the question you were trying to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and answer it just like this.
Okay.
Now, if I was dependent completely on YouTube and YouTube viewers and subscribers going off of the gig world, I could have came in. Well, first of all, I've been doing this since 2015. There is no one out there that has been doing food delivery, Postmates. My brother is the only one that's been doing it from when it very first started. I started Postmates in 2015. There is no one out there who has been doing it before me. I didn't know about any of this stuff right here. So literally what I do, when I said that I was going to start my YouTube channel, I am going back off of the old school. Like, I'm 40 years old now and just turned 40. So I'm used to backpacking. I'm used to going out there and promoting yourself and just getting people, no matter what, to go ahead and just get on your stuff. And then when you meet certain people, then you can start throwing in other content. But this whole first year, I said it from my very first video. Well, not my very first video. Once I saw that I was starting to get a little buzz, maybe like a month and a half in, I was telling people that my whole first year is nothing but traction. I'm only focused on traction for one whole year, 12 months straight of nothing but literally going out there, shaking hands, meet and greets, meeting businesses, doing this and that. This whole first year is a wash for me. I'm taking it as nothing but going out there and getting people to subscribe to my channel that I personally meet, because I'm not going to go out there and buy subs. So, and then when I meet people, they're going to go ahead. Obviously, they're going to at least watch a video. Now that shorts are so impressive, my short selection, like, people don't get it. You have to go to where now my lives are there. I get the views and more than rideshare rodeo and everyone else in the gig world who is trying to do that stuff outside of Pedro and them, because he got 30,000 subs. But outside of him, rideshare is like the news thing. Chad quit, and so all the lives for a complete live, like the views for a live, I have now stepped in there because I'm bringing up a whole lot of stuff. So I'm focused on my show, Hot Facts with Robert Reese. I actually started my whole channel to start the show, Hot Facts. I started off in the gig world so I can get views from the gig world, show them that I've been doing this. Once I saw it was wrong, that allowed me my avenue to get up in. Once I got up in there, I maximized all of the views that I can get from the gig world. But while doing that, I have always been going out like a canvasser, talking to people. So even though that when all this stuff is going on, my whole goal is to just get as many views as possible, because when your channel pops up out of nowhere and people see the sub count, they're going to click on in. Now, when they see that, when they go to the about, and that's what they normally do, they'll hit about, they'll look at the view count, then they'll go ahead and click on videos, and then they'll hit sort by. Once they hit sort by, they're going to see all these videos, and then they're going to click on each section to break them down. They're going to see what do they want to watch me on. My whole focus is on shorts and on my live show. I use the gig world as a stepping stone to do what I have to do. My whole focus is on shorts for traction, me going out there one-on-one. So this whole first year, I don't care about who's doing this. But while I also almost have 1 million views and going in, I just hit 8 months. I'm almost at 800,000 views. So we're going to round up. We got to round up like business. I'm going to estimate that I'm going to be at just about close to 1 million views, because it shows that I'm going to be able to get at least 1 or 2 more shorts that might hit at least 25,000 views because of how many shorts I have. I got over like 500 shorts, 600 shorts. My shorts has a whole variety and people get stuck in those. So I'm doing that. This whole year is nothing about traction. And then my live is growing. My first lives will get a total of like 50 views. They are all the way up to where I'm getting up to now. I'm going up to 200 views for my live. People are writing me and telling me that my lives are engaging. They like it. They like how I talk about more than just this. And they like how in the gig world, I bring up all of the other stuff. So this whole year is traction. So these other people are trying to compare me to people who have not even went through a traction phase. They just said, I'm doing this. So now I'm coming up in as many subs as they have in 2.5 years. And they're like, wow, because I'm in traction phase. I'm not. And then my next phase is about to start. As you see, I'm shooting businesses now. I'm doing the traction now. I'm about to do traction with businesses. And then I'm going to do a whole traction phase with businesses for my next like 6 months after a year starts after that. Then after that, I'm trying to get at least 3 more political people and do things like that. So in 2 years, the same time frame that these people got to do where they are at right now, in 2 years, I want to be at like 45,000 views, and I have support from everywhere around. That's why I don't care about when people say the views. You got to look at the views and where they break down to. I use my shorts, and now my lives have more views than my total videos. And that's okay, because I use my videos as I'm just throwing out bait inside the water to see whoever just watches that. Whoever watches one of my videos and they don't watch it again, I guarantee they watch all my shorts and they go to a live. That's why I don't care about when someone says, because my whole thing right here is in traction mode. My whole first 12 months is traction. I have to complete the whole first 12 months on Social Blade also. I'm also vibing with that. I'm verified on 3 separate social media outlets there. So my whole first year is traction. I don't care about what no one says. As long as I'm in traction mode and they keep my name in their mouth and they see that I talk about everything and they comment, I know they're watching. You know why? Because Hot Facts is what it is. So that's why my when they say, well, your videos, quit looking at separate them in thirds. Look at the shorts, look at the lives. I throw that stuff out there for bait. And the bait works to get them into all of this. Now, I have more views than most of these people have, and they've been in here for 2 years and some change. I have more views than them. You have to go into the Sarah Elizabeths, the Vans, the Pedros, the Moores, the Nugs, the all of those other ones. But I have more views than all the other ones who they consider, but all the other ones don't have as many subs as them. And I've been here for 8 months, which means traction mode is working. And that's the problem here with the gig world. They don't understand when someone is really using a business and doing it as a business to really work on it and produce. Like I go day by day. Day by day, I have to get better day by day. I'm averaging over 2,600 views a day. My goal is to right now is 5,000 views a day. So I am below where I should be. I have to get there in traction mode, this whole thing. And really my traction mode for the people, for just the people is 1 year. For businesses and online, that's a whole nother year. See, these people don't understand what I am doing. So my view count, people got to understand, I have more views than a whole lot of people, and I'm doing my thing. I am on something that they are not doing. I have a GigTube channel that is interactive with people in hip hop, the battle world. People come from all angles, the fishing, agriculture. I am building a new universe for Hot Facts. I am doing something. So every subscriber that I get is not broken down into the gig world. Every subscriber that I get goes into my universe. I am going to be able to keep bringing content that my universe will be able to grab onto. And that's what I do. That's why my sub count to whatever the regular videos are, you guys can do that all day. But when you do my sub count to my shorts and my lives, no one will ever say anything.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you about as well is like I noticed you did a lot of stuff and you were saying you do it for not just the gig world, but like I was looking at some of the videos you did and I was like I feel like more people are attached to also like who you are as well and your story, and you have like a lot of professional stuff on there. You don't really like dive into yourself too much on your channel. Like why is that?
Well, I dive in through my videos, and that's a great question there. And great question. Okay, let me hold up. Great question, people. All right, I have never been interviewed. The DoorDash Revolution, that's my boy. I have never been interviewed. These are actually questions that literally I was hoping someone comes and asks these questions, man. I was hoping someone asked these questions. Now, I put the videos out to show my diversity, and literally with the gig world and the different markets that we have, when I'm naming the cities, like literally when I'm talking about California and I'm naming the cities here, people can actually go and research and look and then zoom on in right there and see exactly what I'm talking about. They can Google the atmosphere, the social, everything. I'm talking about all of that stuff. I give people exactly what it is. Now, as far as the aspects of, okay, you want me to start from when I was a kid, or where do you want me to start from as far as getting to know me? And how do you want to separate this going from me and into business?
I'm so sorry you cut out. Did you ask me a question?
Yes. So, all right. So I want to answer your question. So do you want me to, because I answered it shortly, it's in my videos, but you want me to answer the question. So I'm going to answer the question. So do you want me to start from how I grew up, or from business, or YouTube? Like what do you want? Because you obviously have seen that I do different things. So let me ask you this. What about me and my ventures do you want to know about? And then I'll answer that out loud because that's maybe what someone else is trying to ask too.
Okay, so I feel like one of the things I'm most interested in when I look at like a YouTube handle, I look like if somebody says like diving deep into my life or something, or the truth about my trauma or something. Those are type of videos that like people like I like would click on. And like normally if they exceed more than like 15 minutes, I usually don't watch them. So if you could like put something together like that, then you could give people a sense of who you are and like what you value. And then you could bring in like maybe not niche, but just like a general of like why you volunteer and why you do this.
I got, oh, okay. See, all right. See, you go have me go ahead and say something now. All right, people. So I am working on a project right now. Currently, I'm working on a project for myself to where I can show a video and then maybe narrate through. It's just so difficult that when I go, I interrupt myself because I want to talk to the people. So I'm in a mix right now on how I want to actually do that. If I want to do it as like it's like a vlog thing, and I go to like families' houses, and then we share stories, and I show you where I grew up. I'll show you all that stuff. So like I'm contemplating on, but I don't want to do that now because I feel that right now I'm still in traction mode. And even though people want to know all of that, I say that stuff, but I don't feel like I am there enough yet to where I want to do like a mini documentary thing on just that. I know that I'm 40 years old and I have a lot of life experience and what I'm doing now, but this whole project, or when I started this whole channel up on what I'm trying to do, like I put a whole business model, business plan together to where this is like bam, and I'm trying to get this to where it is, so then I can do that and then bring that out. And so yeah. But I will tell you this here. What's up, Wesley? I will tell you this here. When it comes down to, let's say, well, it's not me. Go ahead and ask.
No, I was just gonna suggest like maybe you don't have to make, like a whole, because like people younger and stuff like that, they like stuff like kind of short. So maybe you could do like kind of break it down into 15-minute increments. Do like one video about this and that. One video is about struggle and why you volunteer, and then like another video, like the origin of.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're talking about why. Oh, all right. So now those three right there, break those three down again. Start with the first one, and these are going to be questions that I'm going to answer without you asking a question. The second one was the volunteer. The first one was the struggle. Was that what it was?
Yeah, like what, I guess, like made you volunteer? Like, did you go through any struggles before, and that's why you do what you do now?
Oh, all right. So all the way. So check this out. I am from a place called, I was born in a place called Linwood, California, St. Francis Hospital. Linwood is connected to Compton. My mom's family is the first Black family to attend Linwood High School. My mom went to school with Weird Al Yankovic. They were the first Black family there. My grandfather is the first Black person in California to have a license to buy and sell guns. It was called the Shop, Price's Bait and Tackle. And my dad's side, they were in Compton. Back then, Compton was all white, and my dad was like a star athlete and stuff. But during that time, a lot of bad stuff was happening. My grandma and my great grandma from Louisiana. So we're from Louisiana. So when we came, they were picking cotton and all that stuff. And we still got the stories now. And what happened was when they moved to LA, my Aunt Lou and all my grandma and her sisters, my Aunt Ruby and all of them, they had us all the way in church. Now I'm Pentecostal raised. So everything that has to do with the Lord and breaking bread and all the other stuff about life is going to happen. They're going to teach you all that stuff. But you know, they were there during the first Watts riots when everything went bad, where the community had to come together. The Black Panthers were down there and stuff, and we had to go. Well, not me. They used to go down and help the homeless and, you know, and feed the people, skid row. We used to do ride-alongs when I was young at the LA police department. We used to do all that stuff, and we grew up just helping people, even though you may be struggling. Now, I didn't grow up in the richest family. We have wealthy people in my family, but I didn't grow up the richest. All right. You know, especially when things went south with my mom when she got hurt, and she used to drive a shuttle bus and she got hit, fake shoulders, fake hips, fake all that stuff. So and doing all that stuff, we still were going through the struggle on trying to live. I was there during the first Rodney King riots. You know, my dad went out there, you know, he went looting too, but my dad was smart. They was looting TVs and stuff. My dad had a whole refrigerator and freezer full of meat. It was gonna go spoiled if you wouldn't go get it full of meat. But with that stuff that came, you know, it was other you know, other things that they helped out with other neighbors and stuff like that, and helped them out when they went, you know, like all this stuff like we used to just do, help community service all day. And then that's never left me. They said that if you don't try to help and give back, you're not doing nothing. So that's where my community thing steps in. Now, the service part, I had to learn all of that. I grew up as a special needs kid in my immediate family. So I had heart condition. I was born with a kidney disease. I got mitral valve prolapse. I was diagnosed with gout at 18 months old. So my family had to switch up their whole diet and all this other stuff and do all this stuff for me when I was growing up. And still doing all that stuff, you got to go to church. We used to walk around the neighborhoods, knock on doors, give them pamphlets. We used to do all that stuff. Service in my community on wherever I am is what it is. And then my parents were always involved with the school, thanks to my Aunt Deborah. Always involved with the school. When Black History Month came, my family was the family that like went to the school and said, this is what we got to do this. And we put that into the schools. And then we actually helped the whole community learn about a little bit more, setting up different things like that. So my community thing has always been a part of me the whole time. That's something that I cannot change. And I have always been a people person. I've always been in sports. I made it all the way to damn near the Super Bowl. I was at the NFL experience in LA when I was 10. When Venus and Serena was doing their thing, we came out of the same park. So they were playing tennis there, and I represented us for the punt, pass, and kick. I made it all the way. I met Tim Brown, Michael Jackson when I was 10 years old, all the way to the NFL experience. And I ran track. So I was involved in LA. People know, we all know about the Jesse Owens track meets and all that stuff. And I had people coming to my school when I was young and stuff, and I was always mixed with people and talking to people, and I've always been a people person. It's been like that since I've been a little kid, and this is just who I am. And that's where all that comes from. And what I'm doing now is, before in my business career, I was working for someone else. Bringing the ideas, doing the marketing, and doing all that stuff. And then they were giving me a portion of it. Once I saw that I'm not doing that, that's when I said I can't. And that's when I went and got Microsoft Gold certified. I learned that to speak to a different amount of people there, a different group. I went back to school, got my kinesiology thing and did all that stuff. And then that allowed me to speak to more people. Then once I did all of that, the training thing, that opened me up to exactly what I really want to do. And what I really want to do is I want to talk to people and help. And people said, well, how do you want to do that? And how do you want to help your community? At first, I thought that I can get everybody in shape and get them healthy. And I figured out that, man, this is harder than I thought. So I was like, you know, let's do it. Nutrition seems the way. I ain't got to do nothing. And I can still go do another job, be the boss there, do what they want me to do. And I can still do this. And I was not happy. I started Reese's BBQ so I can get more involved. They said, why you start BBQ? Because where I am, there ain't no barbecue places. And everybody I talk to say we ain't got no barbecue. So I said, that can get me into more houses. So I started Reese's BBQ. So I cater that. And what that did was I said, okay, I got this. What can I do now? And I did not know. I was already doing food delivery, which I was already mingling with the people. And I was like, dang, I'm mingling with the people. I'm in the community. What can I do extra outside of that? And that's when I thought about when I saw them putting bad business out there with the no tip, no trip. I said, I've been doing it before them. I can teach people how to do this to teach people, and then I can educate and then bring people the news. And if I bring the news, that's going to be more community service because I have to talk to them more. And then I figured out I got to do a show. And that's when I figured out I have to do a show. And my community service on why I do it, it's like that. And that's why I have this show. My show is what I say is my community service verbally, because I have to go out there on the street and no one sees me. So this is the second part of that. So this is why I do my community service. It goes from way back then and there's no ending. So that's why I kept running on.
I'll have to run a minute, but do you remember my questions? Do you want me to ask them before I hop off?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
You broke up. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Say that one more time.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, okay, I was just going to save my questions so like everybody else can hear them, and then I was going to have to dip up for work. But I forgot what else. I don't remember my questions. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I feel like you answered all three of them and stuff like that. But, yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, you asked me some great questions that no one has ever asked me before, and I guarantee that people out there really got to know me a little bit more because of the questions that you did ask. And I appreciate this because this is what I tell people. You can type something in a comment, but everyone can read it differently. You know what I mean? So asking the question is actually, thank you so much. Asking the question is so key and so crucial, people. You have to ask me the question and you have to ask me right. Like, I have a show and I'm not doing anything that's weird on the show. I'm not trying to go left. I'm not trying to do any of this other stuff, but I have a real show. But I'm going to tell you the part of myself that was not there. I'm going to talk about what you guys say is, why are you so brash? Why are you so harsh? Why do you just not care? The same area Cameron just walked in, the same area that where I grew up in, we cannot be anything soft at all. You cannot. And then you have to come back. So when someone literally challenges me on my manhood, you challenge me on my ethics, on what I stand for, hot facts, you're not going to do that without me coming all the way. And as of right now, I got all the people who were talking all the most garbage about me. I got them to shut up. I got them to say, let's not even say his name, because what we have been doing, really, let's think about it. Because we're watching his lives now and he breaks down everything thoroughly. I make people look at themselves. Pedro tried to hop in, and that's why I removed the comment off. I was going to show you guys, but I removed it off. I removed it because I didn't want it there, because it's going to take away from what the whole movement is. March along or step aside. We don't have no room for all of that. He said, you said that, you're going viral. Stop me. Stop me, man. Stop me. That's what I say. Stop me. I've already done it. Some people say viral's a million something. We're on my local news channel. Once you get like 200,000 views and they say you did this, they say, oh, looks like it's a viral video. That's what my local news says. So I've done that twice already. So I don't care where you're from. In my sector, in my area, my local news, I have already done that. And I'm not lying about nothing, homie. Why ain't nobody coming at Roy for saying calling in is weak? And that don't mean you got skill. I will tell you why. We can't give HotFacts any ammunition. But Roy already said it. That's all I needed. Cocked and loaded. I'm ready for you guys. I have videos coming up, people, that I'm doing all type of things. Those were great questions that came in there. No one's ever asked me questions like that. And I'm glad someone did, because you got to get a chance to know Reese. I'm brass with a shell over the top. To get in here, there is a pathway. There is a pathway. But for all of you who want to get these knuckles, we can rumble all day like the Warriors. Warriors, come out and play. Warriors, come out and play. Warriors, come out and play. And then he cocked the gun because he was ready to go. If you guys know about what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I had to do all three instead of one, because if you know the Warriors, you can't do one. You got to do all three in the sequence. We got people out there watching me, people, and saying that they want me to break down exactly, do a video on why I do this, how I do this, and do that. You know what, people, you say? Yes, I will oblige. And I would be an idiot or a fool not to bring out something, because that person said that I'm going to ask a question that other people have been asking me. So that means that literally going to be doing a video, people, on, you know, even though I explained it here, you guys see me put up videos with homeless and all that stuff and doing all this. So, you know, it's about time for I do a video that goes into that realm. Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that time. Video to show you guys exactly where I came from, show you footage. I'll be able to show you guys the Venus and Serena Park. I'll show you my apartment in Paramount. I'll show you where Swifty Blue is from. We can drive over to Compton. I can do all that. I can break it down, and then I can show you and then break it down in the video on how I went over to Orange County and all that stuff. So yeah, you know, we can do all of that. And it might even come into something to where I may just go donate my time at like a soup kitchen or something else like that, and just do a video on that. And then someone there may want to ask me why I stepped in there, and I'll give them the interview with me. So a video will be coming soon on all of that. And that is coming very, very soon. And I do appreciate the questions that came through. If anybody else wants to ask a question, let me go ahead and hit the link up one more time right here. I did really appreciate that. That humbled me a whole lot. Took me out of going wild on some people. That humbled me a whole lot. I got a video I'm going to show you guys of this guy that tried to he tried to rob. Well, they say he tried to rob a liquor store or a convenience store, but that's not what it is. This dude was just dumb, and I'm going to show this because I have to. I'm going to show this video right here, and you guys are going to laugh. If anyone has any more questions about Reese, because actually the questions that were brought up right now started off a whole good thing. If anyone can keep that ball rolling, you can super chat those if you don't want. Right. Yep. You can super chat those, and I'll answer those directly. I'm going to show you guys this next scene of what happened in this place here. I'm going to go ahead and hit mute and watch this.
Getting an LLC for your business doesn't have to look like this. Just Google LLC Taylor Brands. It's totally easy. You pick a state, you fill out your information.
I got a big small gun.
A robbery attempt is nipped in the bud when an armed man finds himself up against a convenience store worker with his own weapon.
Yeah. What is that? All right, I'm coming. What is that?
It happened on September 9th in Pensacola, Florida. The Escambia County Sheriff's Office released this security video saying the suspect, 32-year-old Rakeem Stephen Tate, turned a bad decision into a worse decision when he entered the store armed. Security footage shows Tate walking inside carrying a gun under his right arm. He walks around the store before speaking with someone who is off camera.
I don't mean no harm. I'm just not from around here. Well, you got any member? I got a big gun. But I'm not from around here is what I'm saying. I'm from Chicago, bro.
Escambia County officials say the clerk noticed Tate was armed before he entered the store and ran to the back room to arm himself with his personal weapon.
I see you. What's that?
After leaving the store, Tate was charged with openly carrying a prohibited weapon and attempted robbery with a firearm. Officials with the Escambia County Sheriff's Office posted the security footage on Facebook, saying it was, quote, not a good time for a robbery. And while Tate may be from Chicago,
but I'm not from around here is what I'm saying. I'm from Chicago, bro.
Officials went on to write, quote, you're not in Chicago anymore. You're under arrest. For the latest development.
Now check this out. That video is, that dude is a professional burglar, robber, whatever you want to say. In Florida, you can carry your weapons, right? But they got him on a prohibited weapon. He didn't carry the right weapon that you can just walk into a store with. He didn't carry that one, so that was his first mistake. He walked in there with that gun and walked around, and his thing was, he said, I got a big-ass gun. I'm not from around here, though. I'm from Chicago. People, you dudes in Chicago, no disrespect, man. Just because you are from Chicago don't mean that you can just walk around and just rob and just take money from stores. The clerk had his own gun, pulled it out. He walked on out. He went to jail. But I thought it was funny because he walked in, looked around, and said, hey, what's up? I got a big-ass gun. I thought that was the most genius way on how to rob a store, because he did not say put your money up, put your hands up. He didn't say give me the money or anything. He said, I got a big-ass gun. He said, yeah, I got a weapon. I got a big-ass gun. I'm not from here. I'm from Chicago. Letting the dude know that he ready to shoot. But he did not say anything. So chances are he's going to get charged for having a prohibited weapon, and that's it. Because he did not try to rob the store. He walked out. That's hilarious. You can open carry in Florida. I got videos of dudes, and they test the police all the time. They test them. Firearm audits. They test them. He had a prohibited gun. If he would have had like any of the other guns, the ARs and all the other stuff, and he had it and walked in, they wouldn't be able to say anything because they know that they can carry those most of the time. But when he was like, he had that gun and he said, I got a big ass gun. That was him saying, get your hands up. So the prosecutor is going to use those words and try to break them down and see if he's robbed any other places. If he's robbed any other places and he has used those same words, that's his MO, to walk in with this thing, say he has a big ass gun and he's from Chicago. That's his MO. They're going to use that, and then they're going to go ahead and catch him if he's done anything else. Chances are that's what's happened, and that's why he's arrested. Yeah. And Cody, check this out. All you have to do is have a fishing pole. or anything that has to do with fishing with you, and your gun is with you. Yes, exactly. You are all the way right. You are all the way right. Said it's even more illegal in Chicago. That's why I'll never go. And check this out. Chicago has some great scenery from what it looks like and everything else like that. But I've been watching these hood vlogs, people. I'm on YouTube, people. I'm on a whole lot of channels. I'm mixed in with a lot of stuff. And I watch a lot of these hood vlogs, right? And they just did one on the west side of Chicago. And then the guys there broke down all of Chicago, west, north, south, the burbs. And Chicago is just, it's like, dang, and I get it. And I feel like Chicago is LA. And I know it's just a little worse because they got where they just nonstop. But I know because in LA, we have LA, the county. In the county of LA, there's a lot of small cities that's within the county where a lot of stuff happens. But when you get the county expands out, it's cool. And you can still live in the county and not be around all of that. I get that's what Chicago, I guarantee that's what Chicago is. I guarantee because literally the north side of Long Beach is connected. Literally, that's Compton and Paramount right there and Long Beach. And you got the Bixby Knolls, which is the rich Jewish area. And we have Midgetville. Yes, I said Midgetville. They have a whole community where the whole community, it's a little person community. All the houses, everything, small drawers, small doors, small everything. In Long Beach, they have a whole community. In high school, it was our mission to always try to go and get in there, but they got security guards and you cannot. And they got these big old giant walls that got green ivy and stuff that goes over it. And then you got to try to hop that. So, but it's there. It's really there. And that's tied into the Bixby Knolls, which is all Jewish. But tied into the Bixby Knolls, right on the Bixby Knolls, is the Carmelito Projects. Okay? The Carmelito Projects, Jabalope, where he's from, Long Beach rapper. The Carmelitos is right attached. Orange in San Antonio. You go up Orange, right there by the YMCA, where I did my YMCA and went to some summer camp. The Carmelitos is connected right to the YMCA right there, and the police department is right across the street where my brother got caught stealing earrings when he was like 12 or 13. He might have been like 14. Police caught him stealing some earrings. We was rolling, but my brother got me back though. I stole a pair of socks and he made me go tell my parents, and he had to pick me up from it was like TJ Maxx when I was like 15. I had all the money in my pocket, but I just wanted those socks. I didn't want to spend the money on those socks. It was only one pair of socks. The dude said, "Who you gonna call?" He said, "Call your mom." I said, "All right." Now back then, people, let me tell you this story. We have phone lines in the same house. My brother had his own phone line for his room. So I called his phone on his phone line in the room. So he picked up, and I called my house, but I called my brother on his phone line and he picked me up. I was with Scott, Arakaki, and Ryan Meyer, I think. Was Ryan there? I think it was Ryan Meyer. Ryan is the guy where I said his dad was involved with Amazon in 1995 back then. And they're involved with big things today now. But that was crazy then. That was crazy then. Chicago, man, not doing it. But I'm going to tell you, I get it, though, because I can understand. But when I watch this stuff, anywhere where the inner city in Chicago is, I'm not going nowhere because I'm not going nowhere. But that's where the best food is. They said that, the Gabrini Greens, my boy Ed is from Chicago, and he said they used to go down there. That ain't up there no more. And I heard that I got a boy named Chicago up here at the dispensary up here, security guard. He's from Chicago, and he said that they're tearing down like 14 buildings in O Block because Chicago is too dangerous. So Yeah. That's that there. Anything else y'all want to know about me, go ahead and ask. We have some great questions, and I'm glad they came. I'll throw out one that I've been asked when someone said, well, they said that people said that well, you said that some people think that that you're whitewashed. And that comes from people. My house got shot up. Okay. We lived in Compton, and my brother from a rival hood, and the rival hood alley is right where we take out the trash. And my brother was messing around with the girl next door, my oldest niece, Miosha. That's how she was born. And our families are good now to this day, but that was crazy then because they shot up the house. Their kids were involved in another gang, and we were next door. And then when the daughter got pregnant, things happened, and they shot up our house. When they shot up our house, first of all, it was shot up and it was cocktail bomb too. It was not just shot up. My house was shot up and cocktail bomb. Okay. So it was cocktail. I was not there. I went to my Aunt Cynthia house, rest in peace. My cousin Stan plays the keys for Deborah Cox and everybody else out there in the music industry. He is their keyboardist. He lives in the high desert up here. His sister did my funeral for my son, Yoshika. His son, their other brother is Questlove, for real. C. Anton, what's up? I was over there. The day before the house got shot up, I was in the front yard, and they sweated my brother in the front, and they was about to shoot him right there, but it didn't happen. My dad ran outside, pushed my brother back, and they had the heat. It was a dude named Crow. He had the heat. Crow from Lime Hood. He had the heat right here, and then nothing happened. And I'm like 10. I'm walking around, and I was trying to go attack the dude, and the other dude that was with him, like, little dude, what you doing? I was with it though. We went to go to my Aunt Cynthia house, and then the house got shot up and cocktailed. From then, when the house got cocktailed, my mom was already waiting on her settlement from when she was driving the shuttle bus, and the 18-wheeler ran the red light and just messed her up for life. So when that happened and the house got shot up, the money that my mom got from that, she bounced us out to Orange County. That's how I got to Orange County. We bounced out to Orange County. Okay, in Orange County, that's where I got to meet I didn't even know about really Asian people like that, white people like that. I didn't know about none of that stuff. I got to Orange County. It was a whole new world. Filipinos. They were telling me, tanga, tanga, and I was saying a bad word. I didn't even know. So we get out there, and that's when the real brain work started getting in, because my Aunt Deborah, and my mom, they're first cousins, but they're sisters. And we live like this. So we stay wherever they stay because they're like this. And when they bounced out where Christopher Dorner used to live, when we first got to Orange County, we went there to stay with them before my mom money and stuff came. We had to move out. We moved out there. We stayed there. They had a plan. They knew when the money was coming in. So we stayed there. Then we went to a place called Body We Glen in La Palma. La Palma is the richest, smallest city in America. So go ahead to be exact. That's where Christopher Dorner is from, people. I say Cyprus, but I'm also from La Palma because it's literally damn near the same city. So we moved there and everything went good. School was good. I had to learn school a whole lot more. School was actually hard. My parents and all of them had us on book reports. My mom got hooked on the medication drugs because when she got her fake shoulders, her fake hips and everything, the doctor gave her the wrong medicine, start eating up her spine and stuff, and she was not able to take all that stuff mentally. One day she had my brother has a song and says a bottle of codeine and a fifth of Hennessy. That's what really went down. She tried to cut her hair off in the bathroom because she couldn't take being handicapped and all this stuff no more. She went to a program, so did all that while we were there. I had a whole year of school where me and my brother were at home pretty much by ourselves, and my Uncle James was there coming to make sure we were doing good. We had support from the high school and all that. We learned a whole lot of discipline from them. The school taught us well. My coaches taught us well. They were involved in my life. I want to give a big shout out to the Greers, Mr. and Mrs. Greer. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Johnson. I want to give a shout out to oh my goodness, Sean Kelly. I want to give a shout out to Shonda Berg, Michael Fritz, my Jewish friend. His family invited me in. Shonda Berg, his dad was the bishop at the Mormon church. I used to go there and play basketball, and they used to have me go over there all the time. Really good people. I want to give a shout out to, man, it's crazy, the Holloways, Ricky and Deontay. Their dad is the one that fixed my haircut from Ike, who gave us all bowl cuts and made me look like Robert Ory when I was 17. I didn't want to look like Robert Ory. Their dad was a barber there. Hooked us up. The Voloviches, Mandy, Melissa, the whole family, Aunt Julie, all of them, grandpa, great-grandma, great-grandpops, all of them. They used to take me to do the I never knew about broom hockey until I met these white people. Broom hockey? I was doing broom hockey. You on the ice with a broom trying to play hockey. The Murrays, Mom, Dad, Nick, Thomas, Jerry, all of them. All of them. All of them. Amanda, all of them. The Ma's, Francis Ma, Kathy, Cheryl, Fat Boy, Mom and Pops. I was raised by a community too. You know what I mean? Even though I was in another area, I was raised by a community and all that. I'm giving you guys a little bit about me. In all this time, I'm playing sports with a kidney disease and always in the hospital with a heart pacemaker on and stuff like that. So I'm letting you guys know a little bit about me. I've always had a lot of attention on me because I've always been good at sports, and I've always had medical issues, and I've always been good with people. Josh Cervantes, top dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3, top dogs. You guys don't know, Harbor Freight people. I was an incognito trainer there, doing my thing. I was able to spy on the managers as far as the SRA committee. My job was a whole lot different. Josh Cervantes here is, and check this out, small world. So I get to Harbor Freight, and I'm training a lady named Rebecca in Tustin years before I even knew this dude. That's his aunt, and she's married to his cousin or his brother, and that was my client in Tustin. When I showed him the picture, that's how we are connected. When it shows like people that you may know, we are connected because I was training his aunt in Orange County and he didn't know and I didn't know him, and I got her ready for the wedding. His uncle, it's his uncle. I got his uncle ready for I got his aunt ready for the wedding. She dropped that wedding dress down 3 times. Check this out. I'm gonna show up. Watch this. Let me see if I got a video of Rebecca right now. Let me watch this. Watch this. You think I'm lying? Watch this, people. Watch this. Let me go to my YouTube right here. Let me go to the other one. Let me see. Because I know I have her in a video where there's a compilation. I'm trying to see what individual video do I have her in, because I know I have her in a video. Okay, she's in a compilation. See, the compilation video is actually, but if I play it, they may try to demonetize me because this channel is not associated. I'll have to go through the paperwork of all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the video and I'm going to go fast forward to where it is, and then We'll see right here. I got to show his aunt. I got to show his aunt. I got to show Josh's aunt. I have to. I got to connect the story with the video. I have to. I want to let you guys know all these workouts. This is my actual class. These are called runners. You run them in and run them out. You're working on your quads, your butt, your calves, and every single part of your abs at one time. These are called runners, people. I just wanted you guys to see those. I'm going to have to hit mute in just a little bit so I don't get demonetized for this one. I found your aunt, Josh. I got her right here. Check this out. I got your aunt right here. Check this out. Josh, that is your Aunt Rebecca right there. That is your Aunt Rebecca at the Bally's Gym in Tustin when I was the hands trainer for Brazilian top team, which was right next door. This is your Aunt Rebecca right here getting ready for your uncle's wedding. You never seen these videos. You never seen this at all. This is her getting ready with me for your uncle's wedding. You have never seen this. First time you are ever seeing this. Get it. Let's work those arms. Let's get it. Let's work those arms. She was getting ready for a wedding, people. She was getting ready for his uncle. She was getting ready for his uncle. Look, I made her work. I made her work. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Get that work. Get that work. Get that work. Get that work. Let's go get it. Look. And try to get some more. Ooh, wait. Go get that work. Go get that work. Go get that work, people. Your boy Hot Facts, people. I'm in there with the community nonstop. Nonstop. I'm going to show y'all a little something too. Nonstop. Since I'm there, I'm going to show y'all a little Hot Facts something. Little Hot Facts something. Hot Facts something. You want to see Hot Facts on a pull-up bar? Okay, watch Hot Facts on a pull-up bar. Watch this. Watch me on a pull-up. Look at Hot Facts up there. That's Hot Facts. That's Hot Facts. That's Hot Facts. That's Hot Facts getting it in. Hold up. I got another one. I got another one. Y'all want to see me do some more work? I got another one. Y'all want to watch Hot Facts do some more work? Watch this one. That's my wife filming me. She films me. Watch HotFacts here. We at the park, people. Just go to the park and do your thing. You can go ahead and get it in, people. You can go to the park and get it in, people. You can go ahead and do what you want to do. I just want to show one more thing here. A little bit of HotFacts. A little bit of HotFacts. A little bit of HotFacts. Little bit of HotFacts. Notice how I'm keeping my hands on the bars to get to the outside now. Now let's go get it. Now let's go get it, people. Now let's go get it. I'm 6'4", people. I'm 6'4", people. Now let's go get it. Don't lose your grip. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Swing it. Work the grip. Monkey bars it like you a little kid. Like you a little kid. You get up in there. Let's get to the next one. Let's get to the next one. What we go hit them with? Now watch Cameron here. Look, Cameron 15 now. Look, this one Cameron was a little baby. Look at Cameron. Look at Cameron. Look at Cameron right there. Look at Cameron with his fro. Look at Cameron with his fro. Let's bring him up. Let's bring him up. Let's bring him up. Let's bring him up. Keep that grip. Don't lose focus. My nutrition plans are there for all of you. I have them, people. She asked me questions, where I came from. I told you that. I went to Orange County and then Tustin. Josh hopped in, did that, people. Now, the next phase is you guys got to learn about my business stuff. What made me want to get into business and all of that. That will be on another one. This is where we'll leave that one off at. Got the Tustin, did all that stuff. And, you know, some of you guys don't know about my son that passed away. You know, we are not there. We just got to Orange County there. And there's a whole lot more. So I'm going to tell you guys like this and then try to create that video that I want to do. I'm really trying to just wait till I get a few, like some more subs, some more views, a little bit more traction before I can actually go ahead and drop like a little documentary on Reese or something else like that. Because honestly, I would like someone to actually film me, like roll with me with their camera and film me also. So I want to get to a point to where it's like that. I've only been here for 8 months, and I know people say your channel is good and all that stuff, and I know you're in traction mode, and I explained all that, but some people already think because the amount of subs I have, they think that I've been in for a long time. I am still in traction mode, and I'm still knocking off little steps and things like that. So just like that. And I also said, people, I told you guys that my son passed away. I'm gonna show you my son when he was alive, when he was in the hospital. You get to see some of Trey. Let me I'll pull up Trey right here. His name is Trey because he's Robert John Reese III. I'm Junior, Trey is the third. So that's why he's Trey. Trey Reese, Robert John Reese III. I'll show you after one of his truncus arteriosus conduit replacements. I'll show you a picture of how the hospital's room looked like while we were in the hospital there. And I have to go out there and still service my community to make money and train people to still work. Check this out. Crazy. What's up, Cornbread? Cornbread in the house. What's up, Cornbread? Let me show you my son Trey right here. Yeah. That was my son Trey there when he was alive after a conduit replacement there. I just want you guys to know why I care about a lot about people and things like that. I also have to go through from me doing my thing with my conditions were not what my sons were there. Still bad, but not like that. So just imagine that he had let me go back and think. My son had like 5 open heart surgeries and 6 heart catheterizations. So that's 11 heart surgeries. That's 11 heart surgeries that, you know, yeah. $11 heart surgeries. So all the nurses and all that other stuff, the doctors, the nurse practitioners, the clergy, my aunts who stepped in as the clergy and all them, because my family is all like that, the hospital, all of that stuff is part of my community service and why I do not treat the customer bad at all. I do everything I am supposed to do for the customer, and I do everything I'm supposed to do for my business. I had a lot of help, especially with things like that. A lot of mental help. I still have issues with, like, watching that kind of brought stuff back in my head right now. I ain't gonna lie. But all of that stuff is why I do community work, to always give back. I want to give a shout out to McDonald's. I stayed at the Ronald McDonald's house in LA. Stayed at the one in Orange County. We were not allowed to stay at the one in Redlands because when COVID first hit, we were not allowed to stay at the McDonald's house because my son had it when 9 kids died in 13 days. That was when coronavirus first hit, and the virus learned to attach itself to my son's attachment that wasn't made by, it wasn't human, and it duplicated itself, and it beat every single type of antibiotic and medicine that they gave him. And we were not allowed to stay at the Ronald McDonald's house because they did not want us to infect anyone else in the house to where other people were going to die. That's how serious it was then, the beginning of the pandemic. I was involved with that. While my son was in the hospital, I was doing Postmates to cope with stress, and I was doing deliveries at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., coping with stress while my son was dying in the hospital. And yeah, that's another reason why my service will not stop, because while I was giving that service to people while my son was being sick, it was keeping me sane in my head. And that's why my service is always going to be what it is. So when they call me a clown and all of this other stuff, you guys don't know nothing about Reese. And that's why I take so much offense to it. There's a big thing on that. Will not let anyone slide on that.